Hey guys, movie fan here. Well, I went to another Comic Con last weekend and I had a blast because this time I actually wore my Megazord costume from beginning to end. Seriously, I wore it all day and people loved it. They were constantly wanting to take my picture and people were asking, "How did you do it? How did you do it?" I even tried for the costume contest, which, well, sadly I didn't win, but hey, what are you going to do? Now, as fun as it was, one of the fun things I love about going to these things is the people. They're great people. We're all nerds. We're all having a good time, and it's amazing to see the costumes that are there. Which I'm sure you've already noticed by now that I've come across some very incredible costumes during this Comic Con. It was a blast talking to them, and a lot of them even said after it was over, they were saying, "Hey, you won in my book, man," and that's real nice of them. But in light of a few things that have happened during that con, I think I'm going to have to. No, correction. I know I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board on this one because unfortunately, I ran into some pretty serious problems with my costume. Case in point, the feet. They were very hard to try to maneuver, even harder than I remembered. I thought I had it measured properly, but obviously I didn't. It was pretty much at a point where whenever I lifted my foot, I couldn't really bend my knee too well, and I thought I had it at the right height. And to make matters worse, the right foot, the saber-tooth tiger, there was a cardboard edge that was digging right into my ankle. I'm talking like right in there. Every time I took a step, it dug right in. So obviously that needs to be taken care of. And to make matters worse, the feet actually did start to fall apart. For instance, the saber-tooth tiger, as I'm sure you've noticed, it has warped to one side. And no, it is not my camera, it is not my table. It really did warp like that. And as for the Triceratops, unfortunately, one of the horns came right off after a while, and one of the top pieces came off, and I can't figure out what happened to it. I know I glued it down real good, but whatever reason, it just came right off, and that was just before I walked in the door. But there was no way I could find it and repair it, so there was nothing I could do. And obviously, the horn, came off after a while. It was after the costume contest that it happened, though, so that's the good news there. To make matters worse, though, when I was wearing the whole costume, well, unfortunately, the shoulder piece, the upper arm pieces, I had to literally have it sit like so, and it dug in after a while because having my arms like this all day, it really dug in. I tried some other ways to keep it held up, like putting Velcro on that shirt that I wear under there, but it didn't work. It didn't work at all. And well, the forearms, they really they didn't work out too well either because they started to pinch. And this wasn't the first forearms that I made where I grab a dowel and hold on. This was the second one with the gloves. And of course, I got to mention the gloves didn't work either because unfortunately, all the fingers came right off. So don't try the Velcro thing again. In fact, I would probably recommend that you never do that. I'm probably going to remove that video because it doesn't work, so there's no point in bringing it up. But aside of that, I did actually have a lot of fun. And I'll be honest with you folks, when the thing started to fall apart the way it did, I'm a little discouraged. Because, well, obviously the cardboard idea is not foolproof, and I thought it would be a little bit of a better choice. But unfortunately, things started to hurt. In fact, even my sides started to hurt. And I can't figure that one out because I didn't really do anything to do that. Of course, my shoulders were hurting because of the way it was sitting on there, and I'm talking about the torso, so you can understand that. But yeah, obviously, I need to go back to the drawing board or something. And I've been considering that I might try to work with EVA foam because I've never done that before. However, I'm not very confident in doing it because one, I've never done it before. That's a key thing. And number two, it's really hard to get a hold of where I'm at because we don't have any cosplay stores over here. And any place that does arts and crafts, for some reason, they don't really have that type of EVA foam. I don't know why, but they don't. And, well, I keep looking online and I keep getting different results. Like I'm seeing ones for like I think 1 millimeter to 10 millimeters thick, depending, and the prices are always back and forth. And a lot of them say that it's directly from China, and I'm sorry, I don't want to buy from China because after the kind of garbage they've been pulling for the last 4 years, So yeah, that's a bit of a problem for me. But at the same time, from what I've been researching as to how to do stuff with EVA foam, it probably would be a better choice. So, what do you guys think? Do you think I should take a chance and go for the EVA foam or just try to stick with cardboard? Let me know. This is Movie Fan signing off.